growing up used to be a thing only in movies, something that we all made fun of. That's why it was in the movies. Now it's just a Generation Z thing. And to be fair, quote unquote, adulting is harder than it once was. 55% say it's much harder to buy a home. 44% say it's much harder to find a job. And apparently, marriage is a generational thing as well. 2 in 5 think marriage is outdated tradition. 85% think marriage is not necessary. It means 15% think it is. 73% think it's too expensive to get married. Jahinsky, culture editor at the Federalist, is here. Does Gen Z get a bad rap?
Well, do you remember, I was reading this New York Post article about Gen Z, and it actually felt like something that was written in 2012 about millennials. I'm a millennial. Leland, you're a millennial, aren't you?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
I think you are. I don't want to out you as a millennial, but yeah. But there were a lot of articles written like this.
I don't think you can change when you were born. Like, no matter how you identify, I think we're still your birth year is your birth year. So 1982, if I'm a millennial, guilty as charged.
Okay, so you are a millennial. You are a millennial,
okay.
But barely. But there were all of these articles written about 10 years ago about millennials, except I do think there's this big difference with Gen Z in that they grew up in a climate where so many of these different norms and traditions had been utterly brought to the ground. Marriage is a really good example. And so they didn't have, we were looking at the boomers for an example, and they were still getting married at higher rates. They were obviously one of the first generations to experience things like no-fault divorce, but they were still getting married at higher rates. Gen Z didn't see a lot of that. And marriage is kind of that building block for how people end up being able to buy houses, how people are comfortable having kids. And if you don't start with that building block, then a lot of the other things are going to happen either out of order or not at all. So it makes sense. I think college debt is another huge part of this conversation. If you're graduating with an average of about $40,000 in student loan debt, that makes all of the rest of this a lot harder too.
How much of it, though, is this sort of tearing down of the idea of nuclear family and tearing down of norms that is the social fabric, if you will, that binds so much of America, frankly, binds so much of society together for eons?
I think that's an absolutely essential part of it. And there's no question that's been happening. There's also no question that the social science shows, A, most people want to have children, and B, most children are better off in a household with both of their parents. I mean, this is just decades of research in addition to common sense. And so, yeah, I think we're entering into like a really frightening period, socioeconomically, culturally. This is scary stuff. And I do think it goes back to...
It's a great point. Gen Z may not be the problem, but we got 10 seconds. But the kids of Gen Z may be the problem. I'm sorry, I'm a millennial. I'm already starting to lose my memory. 41. It starts to go. Here's Chris.
Hang in there, Leland.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.